website edutv.hec.gov.pk. You can also follow us on Twitter @edutv_HEC. Viewers, E-Kachehri is federal government's initiative. The federal government has proposed to all government organizations to conduct E-Kachehri programs to increase public interaction at the government level. The Higher Education Commission of Pakistan has launched this program on EduTV. The benefit of the program is that people can easily exercise their freedom of expression and speak openly on various issues. Apart from that, it will help in resolving public complaints, and it is a useful tool to convey government's narrative on any particular issue. Let me tell you about PMDU website, also known as Citizens Portal. You can register your complaints on the portal. Viewers, today's topic is Prime Minister's National Innovation Award. The Prime Minister's National Innovation Award is an initiative of Prime Minister's Youth Program executed by Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. The Prime Minister's Youth Program hosts 5 different youth-centric projects. These initiatives include National Innovation Award, Talent Hunt Youth Sports League, establishment of sports academies, Green Youth Movement, and Digital Youth Development Program. This program is providing an opportunity for Pakistani youth to propose innovative ideas and get funding as well as technical support to turn their ideas into business. If you have an innovative idea, then you must apply to PM's National Innovation Award and receive funding. You can apply for this at the official portal of Prime Minister's National Innovation Award, pmyp.gov.pk/HEC/Innovation League. The thematic areas in which you can send your ideas are food security, water management and sustainability, sustainable energy, urban planning, climate change and environment, information technology and telecom, innovative governance and reforms, sociology and philosophy, medical and health sciences, and others. For this program, we have invited a very honorable guest, Dr. Shaishta Sohail, Executive Director, Higher Education Commission of Pakistan. Let's welcome her to the studio. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam. Thank you so much, ma'am. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to ask about this Innovation League. When will this program start and how many phases are in this program?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your question. This project is already underway now. And it will have one more round. In the first round, we launched the portal through the Prime Minister's internet portal, and through that we sent out the URL to all the institutions, and from there we've so far received 8,404 applications of interested students who sent us their ideas. Now there will be a long process stretched over the month of December in which the thematic areas you've mentioned, according to those thematic areas, the experts will look at the ideas and select the best. They will be selected region-wise. So we've got a lot of more than 70, we've got experts who will be looking at these ideas and, selecting the best. So once the best ideas are selected, then they will be sort of arranged in order of merit. And from each province, that is Sindh, KPK, Balochistan, and Punjab, we will be selecting 50 top entries. And while we will be taking GB, the Capital Territory, and AJK, Azad Jammu Kashmir, together. Gilgit-Baltistan, Azad Jammu Kashmir, and Islamabad together.
Okay. Ma'am, what's the grant package and startup proposed budget for these activities?
The whole package is rupees 450 million, out of which you can imagine that we will be paying honoraria to the panelists. We will also be looking after other expenditures, while the students, the top students, will be getting 1 million each, top 10. From amongst the 250 who are selected, then these 250 will be trained in the universities, in Sindh, in IBA Sindh, in LUMS, in Butams in Balochistan, and in IM Sciences in Peshawar. They will be trained. And after they are trained, they will be then, pitching their ideas. In the pitching competition, they will be judged by a jury, and then the jury will be selecting top 5 from each region. And once they are selected, the top 5, then we will be giving top 10 from amongst those top 50, 1 million each, while the remaining 40 will be given rupees 0.5 million each.
Okay.
So that is the prize money, and in case some of them want to continue with us after their pitching competition, they want to get further training through our incubators, through our mentors, then they will be given, on the recommendation of the mentors, rupees 1 million more each.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. So
okay,
the idea.
Is there any? Is there any age limit for that?
There is an age limit. We wanted, because the Prime Minister's advisor, Madam Shaza Fatma, has been involved in this, and she felt that we needed to have as many people participate as possible, not only from the institutions, but even those youngsters who have some idea and they're not studying in some proper institution, even they can apply. So the age limit is 15 to 30. Okay. And we've not received any complaints so far. The 8,000 plus people who've applied are from various age groups so far.
Okay. What type of ideas would be appreciated more? What do you think?
The basic objective of this program is that there are 2-3 different objectives. One is that Pakistan is not on the top of the ladder in innovation placements, across the board. So there's a tendency in our society that the children who are studying in institutions, they are not solution oriented. So by launching these programs, HEC has launched other programs as well simultaneously. We are trying to encourage and inculcate in our students the habit of looking at an issue and coming up with a solution. So if we look around us, we had this terrible flood, which shows that the environmental issues are top. So we would be looking for students who come up with ideas on how to tackle these issues, because sometimes innovation leads to greater productivity, and for instance, if we have cleaner surroundings, if we have waste disposal, we will be spending less on health.
Oh yes, bilkul. Ma'am, what's the startup idea submission process, and what's the deadline for the application of submission?
Actually, earlier the deadline was 15th November, but we got a lot of requests from across the country that please extend it.
Extend this. Okay.
So now it's till the 30th of November. The youngsters can come up with their ideas till the 30th of November.
Okay. Any idea? Okay. And you told that it's a regional level competition.
It is it is national level. We thought that some regions may be left out. So to ensure that there is participation, adequate opportunity of participation in every province, we've as I earlier shared with you, that out of these 8,404 applications which we've received till now, even in the beginning, our estimate was that we would be getting around 10,000 ideas. 10,000 students would be, up to 10,000 would be participating from our previous experience. So from Balochistan, we will ensure that there are 50, from Sindh 50, inshallah. We have, as yet, we've not, started looking at these applications province-wise, but surely soon we will be separating them, so we'll be able to find out how many have applied from various areas.
Okay. Ma'am, the selected ideas and teams will be engaged with private sector and startup industries and will also get scholarships and training. Please tell us about that.
We, the student, the child who's just, finished his or her graduation, we are also taking complementary measures. We have, for instance, in universities, we are encouraging them to start entrepreneurship courses, entrepreneurship in MBAs and other areas, one subject of entrepreneurship. So when you become an entrepreneur, you have to be good at a lot of things. You need to know, the legal aspect of it, because it's very important to sign your contract. If you are buying raw material, if you are, signing in with any agency as a fresh entrant, you need to be really coached in these aspects, so that nobody can take advantage of you and you get a fair deal in whatever you do. Then you've got the financial aspect, so how to raise the finances. HEC has been trying its best to encourage the students to come up with such good ideas which are based on our social issues, which are the requirements of our industry.
All the time.
So when your idea is demand based, you are able to raise funding more easily. Then rather you come up with an innovative idea and you go around looking for the right buyer. So these are the kind of things which the mentors will be teaching them, and they are experts in their areas. So legal aspect, financial aspect, marketing, and the whole circle, it will go, the whole circle, because after incubation, then it is commercialization. The prototype is developed and you take it till the end. So in this scheme, our basic emphasis is on ideas, original ideas, because any business only thrives when you are constantly on your toes, when you are constantly looking for new ways of coming up with more competitive items. If you go to the market, you see that frequently even the dishwashing soap is packaged differently, to attract the consumer, so that they don't go to someone else who joins the market. So the competition is strict. Yes, and so these youngsters, and we want to put confidence in them, that instead of going around looking for jobs, you are going to be managers. You'll have your own job. You will be able to create jobs for your friends, for other people, by launching such enterprising businesses.
So you think this competition will help in promoting the startup culture and overall sustainable green jobs?
Yes, inshallah. It's very important that the children start thinking. They look at the issues around them. After the flood, a lot of children I've seen them, going for gardening and looking for, so this is a very timely initiative. And I foresee that a lot of people would be coming in with ideas on plants and how to, because some experts have predicted that we may have around 8 to 10 months of food shortage probably, because we've not been able to sow the crops on time. So the youngsters can be innovative. They can grow potatoes or any staple diet, any substitute. They can come up with ideas on how we can feed our those people who are in the flood-affected areas and in the rest of the country in the face of food shortages. A number of our agriculture universities are taking a lead in this, and they are introducing plants and seeds in the market so that housewives can even plant their own tomatoes, which become very expensive. So you would have them, it would be a win-win situation. You would be having them free in your own garden, and they will be environmentally friendly because nobody would have sprayed insecticides on them, and they would be healthy. So these are some of the ideas and which we are looking for, and across the board through use of technology. A lot of things becomes very easy by even shopkeepers. Many shopkeepers across the country do not use technology. So perhaps a child can come up with an idea of having developing a software which can be generically sold to these people, which is it's a lot
it's
of.
All about innovation. It's all about innovation. It's all about innovation.
It's all about innovation, and as we know that innovation can be incremental, or innovation can be something totally new. When we had these solar panels, there used to be a 8-step method of purification of silicon. While somebody from the United States, MIT, they came up with a solution in which they purify silicon in only 4 steps.
Wow.
So, it makes it much easier. And they came up with the idea that they will have solar energy at the price of coal energy. And I think they've achieved it. So that's what we want our youngsters to be aiming for, to have it as their objective, that, it's all there in their heads. They have to look at an issue and come up with a solution for it.
Ma'am, please tell us once again what will be given to the top performing innovators, because that's the main attraction of the program. And is there any follow-up program also?
Yes, the top people, as I earlier said, we are going to have a jury, and we are going to have these experts look at these ideas. In the first step, the applications are going to be processed by by our young officials who are manning the project, along with the experts who we've engaged. And once they have, identified the best ideas, 50 best ideas, then we'll have 250 from 5 different regions. Like I told you, the 4 provinces, and Islamabad Capital Territory, Azad Jammu Kashmir, and GB, Gilgit-Baltistan are going to be the single, are going to be, pooled together. So from all these, we'll get 50 participants
50
each. 50 winners. From amongst these 250 will be trained in these universities. IM Sciences, Peshawar, BUTEMS, IBA, Karachi, and in Punjab also, LUMS. So once they are trained, then we will be training them on pitching, on how to express their idea in front of a panel and convince them that this is the best idea. Everyone's going to be after it.
Okay, so the top 50 may also request supplementary funds. From
the top 50, the top 10 will get rupees 1 million each. And the remaining 40 will get rupees 0.5 million each, 50 lakhs each, 5 lakh, and 0.5 million, 5 lakhs and 10 lakhs, the top 10. And now the top 10 and the top 50, all of them would have an option. If they opt for it, to further incubate the idea, developing of a prototype, and then its marketing, its commercialization, in fact. So if they want to go the whole way, then they will be given this 1 million on the strength of the recommendation of their mentor.
Okay. How will they commercialize their ideas?
Like I told you, that they will also be watching out for this. This would be one of the criteria that, we get a lot of fantastic ideas. Pakistan would be great if we did this, if 100% literacy is there. But the idea should be doable. It should be practicable. It should be easily implementable. So that is one of the reasons why those ideas would be easier to commercialize, because that is one of the requirements. Because if that idea cannot be commercialized, then we can't, it won't be picked. So in the first round, we will be giving them extensive pitching training as well. Because, the youngsters, they don't know, in my heart, in my brain, I'm convinced that, I can train waste products. I can change waste to gold. I can do this. But but to get that funding, to score the best points, to get that prize money, they will have to convince the jury. So to enable them to translate their idea into an effective, into an effective way of convincing the jury as well, because they'll be pitching against each other. All these 250 youngsters would be pitching, and from amongst those 250, the juries will have a hard task of selecting 50. And from those 50, the top 10 get the highest money, and the bottom 40, they get half that. And then if they further train and they commercialize, that would be really fantastic if we are able to, address some issue through their ideas. And its far-reaching effect will be that from universities where they are coming, everyone starts using their brains. They start thinking. They
start
stop
brainstorming. So, ma'am, mentorship will be given to the participating candidates, but what sort of support and facilitation will be provided to them?
We will be like, in these universities, we already have our, ORICs and BECs. ORICs are offices of research, innovation and commercialization. And BECs are business incubation centers. So HEC already has been sponsoring them, and we've been rejuvenating them. We are trying that they become more effective. So it's in these centers that they will be trained by experts. Like I told you, on contracts, how to be vigilant, how to get the best, because everyone has a certain aptitude, but that aptitude also has to be polished further. So that's what would be happening in these, meetings. And then in the second leg, we'll be having the Investor Connect event. So if those ideas are really, really good, then they will be able to convince the investors. So apart from our funding, they will be able to, if the investor feels that this child has got a good idea and it will help his or her business, so,
That's
they can...
another opportunity for them.
Exactly.
Okay, ma'am, there is a theme of innovative governance and reforms. What will it cover?
Governance is a wide area, and governance is an area where we need to work the hardest, because we need to develop a culture where all of us abide by the law, abide by the rules. We should not think like, we are in a VIP queue or, jumping the queue. Unfortunately, our resources are scarce. So when resources are scarce, people try to jump the queue to get those resources. So that is basically what these children need to address in every sphere of life, where they can come up with an idea like how to ensure that people stand in a queue. It's very unfortunate, and God forbid, Allah forbid, that any one of us is put in such a situation like after a flood or a calamity, and we see that people are grabbing for things, while those of us who go and distribute them, we should ensure that they stand in a queue. So it's a very simple idea, but we can implement. So this is a little bit of governance. Then these children can come up with other ideas on how to have better public toilets, on how to have better public policing. So all these are in the domain of governance.
And
the taxpayer. The taxpayer is paying money, and it's the job of the government, all of us bureaucrats, to ensure that that money provides the entire population, their money's worth. What is that? That when you go, the streets are clean, the waste is disposed of, each person, even from the lowest income strata, has a good life. By good life, we mean that when we go home from work, we should have a neat and clean room, our waste should not be smelling, we should have a clean toilet. If it's summer, we should have adequate cooling. If it is winter, we should have adequate heating. So these youngsters, they can come up with, gadgets, innovation to, use solar energy to have these small rooms of our lower income groups as well, with all the comforts, at least the basic comforts of life. And now they could also come up with ideas on, how to have housing post-flood.
And there's a thing called urban planning, and that's very interesting. Because बाहर के मुल्कों में as such proper engineering field है जिसमें urban planning होती है, town development होती है, वो सब चीजें design होती है, तो इसकी हमें बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. और क्लाइमेट चेंज और एनवायरनमेंट के बारे में आप, क्योंकि दैट्स द नीड ऑफ द टाइम, इस वक्त क्लाइमेट चेंज हो रहा है, हमारा एनवायरनमेंट जिस तरफ जा रहा है ना, उसको कंट्रोल करना, उसके लिए इनोवेटिव आइडियाज बहुत जरूरी हैं. आपका क्या ख्याल है इस बारे में?
जी, ये मैं इसी पे आ रही थी फ्रॉम गवर्नेंस एंगल, कि अब इतनी डेवस्टेशन इसलिए होती है because we are supposed to, riverbed, even if the river has not been overflowing since the last 20 years, the law should not be violated. The law is that you can't, settle, have abadi on, the banks of the rivers or the nalas or whatever. So you should be allowed to cultivate, but you should not be allowed to, build your houses or keep your families there. It was heart-rending that, women and children faced so many difficulties during the flood. So in the face of climate change, we need to do a lot of things. We need to have better governance. Each one of us should ensure that we don't violate any rule every day. Half our issues stem from the fact that we violate the traffic rules. We violate the rules in the street. We litter. We throw away rubbish. So I believe that these youngsters who will now be giving us their ideas, they will be able to, ensure that in the country, henceforth, we ensure excellent governance, so that, Pakistan becomes a role model for the rest of the world. Because after such big, disasters or calamities, it's been witnessed that, people change.
Yes.
And, even in Islamabad, we witnessed a lot of water this year. So we all need to collectively also. I wish that these children who will be coming up with governance ideas, they put in some proposals, which we are able to from the platform of universities. Because universities, I believe, are think tanks. Universities are think tanks of the government. They have the most highly qualified faculties. They're so impressive. They've been educated abroad, and now they're coming and passing on education. And I think these are the beds from which we can further transfer not only knowledge, but morality, ethics, rule of law, governance, to the rest of the country.
There are other things like medical, health and education. इसके अलावा education तो बहुत important है country के लिए, health system बहुत important है, उसके अलावा other than security and all that. तो आपके ख्याल में इन दोनों में भी, education में और health sector में भी, इसमें भी innovation की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है.
बिल्कुल जी. इसमें भी बच्चों के बड़े ज़बरदस्त आइडियाज़ हैं जो कि वो चाहते हैं कि जैसे अभी पाकिस्तान जो है, वी आर अनएबल टू टच द 100% लिटरेसी मार्क, ऑल्दो इट कुड बी डन इन 2-3 years. अगर हम डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज, ईच डिस्ट्रिक्ट शुड टेक अ लुक एट इट्स लिटरेसी फिगर्स के औरतों की क्या है, आदमियों की कितनी है, बच्चों की कितनी है, एंड देन हाउ वी कैन मेक अ प्लान to address it. The simple definition of literacy at the United Nations a while ago was that anyone who can read and write his or her name, or a sentence or something. So I think that these ideas in the field of education could be how to use online education to achieve 100% literacy, how to educate and education and health are, interrelated. Bilkul. And both of these are those areas where the government has to spend money. Because, it's not profitable to go and, teach people who are not willing to pay the fee. So the government has to subsidize it. So in education, if we are able to district-wise, for instance, they come up with these ideas that use the existing infrastructure to educate these people. A long time back, I went to Singapore. And in Singapore, they were using their educational facilities in the afternoon to teach those communities who were lagging behind. Wow. And doctors and engineers, they used to teach them for free in the afternoon. So volunteerism also needs to be promoted. So we've had a call from the Prime Minister's office on the 5th of December. We will be celebrating the World Volunteers Day with Milker. Milker is an NGO, and they will be hosting it. And we've asked all our universities to send us the names of those children, those students who worked outstandingly and selflessly in the floods to provide help to those who were stricken with the disaster. And many youngsters worked very hard, and they went out to areas where nobody could go. And not only humans, they even saved the animals who were stuck in the water, because we've got our universities across the length and breadth of Pakistan. So these universities, they worked really hard. So we are waiting for some exceptional, suggestions and proposals of young people, along with the proof that they did so well in the flood to help other brothers and sisters.
Ma'am, I have seen many people doing this volunteer work, but they go unnoticed. No one knows what they're doing, but they are working very hard.
Exactly. So this is the spirit behind this proposal. The advisor to the Prime Minister, Madam Shahza Fatma on youth, has come up with this idea, and she's going to be recognizing, they're going to be recognizing those students who worked so well in the floods, because by doing volunteerism, we're not wasting our time. We are, in fact, doing good deeds which will fetch us marks in the hereafter and help our fellow human beings, because that's what life is about, being selfless rather than selfish. So inshallah we will try to have you over on the 5th of December.
Oh wow, that's a huge event. Okay ma'am, so we have to summarize this whole innovation award जो हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया फॉर नेशनल इनोवेशन अवार्ड. Viewers, innovators will receive free of cost mentorship by the renowned development sector experts, leading multinational companies, local enterprises and leading employers. A complete support and facilitation will be provided to the youth to take their innovation ideas to the next level. The top performing innovators participating in this PMNIA will get recognition at national and international level. They receive exposure and develop industry linkages and have a chance to commercialize their startups. So viewers, submit your innovative ideas and get a chance to win funding for your startups. Ma'am, आप कुछ conclusion में कुछ remarks देना चाहेंगी कि बच्चों को motivate करना है हमने?
जी, अभी तक it's on. Please hurry up. The portal is available till 30th November midnight. So hurry up, come up with your ideas and brilliant ideas, and that is the way to drive Pakistan now. The youngsters, inshallah, on the road to development, and get also in the course of it learn everything, and also earn these very very good awards. Like 1 million is a huge amount of money, and if then they want to go ahead, there's another 1 million after the incubation period.
So that was all about Prime Minister's National Innovation Award. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming to the show and explaining us about all that. Let's finish this program next week. या नेक्स्ट प्रोग्राम में, नेक्स्ट ई कचहरी के प्रोग्राम में एक नए टॉपिक को हम डिस्कस करेंगे. टिल देन, अल्लाह हाफिज.
अल्लाह हाफिज. अल्लाह हाफिज.